The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jimmy Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrax Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome out to Frank Jameson Field. Got a beautiful night for high school football here in Girard tonight as the Trojans play host to Anderson County in what is week 3 of district play here in Class 3A District 2. And I'm Josh Ledner. Alongside me, Jess Murphy and
Daryl McLeod.
Daryl, okay, your last name, gosh darn it. I have to write it down on a note card. I'm like, Daryl.
Every time you expectantly look at me like...
I just look at Jess, and Jess looks at me like, are you going to get it? Are you going to get it? All right. Apologies, Daryl.
No, you're fine. You would think maybe...
Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod, along with me. Beautiful night for high school football. We're getting an early start tonight because it is homecoming night here at Girard. So not just a big district matchup here tonight, but also some homecoming festivities getting set to take place before kickoff here tonight. So let's just jump right into it. Here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, we do want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. We're going to step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll fire off the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Take a look at some of the matchups going on around the area. Have your keys to the game here tonight. Talk about some starting lineups. Take a break for the homecoming festivities and come back for the coin toss and the opening kickoff here from Frank Jameson Field. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at GirardMedicalCenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field, homecoming night here in Girard as they play host to the Anderson County Bulldogs. Josh Lettner alongside me, Jess Murphy, and Daryl McLeod. And we do want to let you know that our pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for over 30 years, stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, guys, taking a look at these two teams, a couple squads on very different trajectories this season. The Trojans come in 6-0, ranked number 3 in Kansas Class 3A, top-ranked team in District 2. Anderson County, on the other hand, coming in with a 2-4 record. They're ranked number 35 in Class 3A, number 4 in the district. They've lost their last 3 games in a row. Beginning back on September 23rd, they dropped a 28-14 decision at home to Iola. Then on the 30th, they lost 41-20 at Baldwin. And then last week, dropped a 33-19 decision at home against Burlington. So a rough stretch here for Anderson County. Doesn't look like it's going to get any easier for the Bulldogs tonight. Trojans, on the other hand, they're on a tear this season, 6-0, coming off a win 47-0 over Iola last week. In fact, over the last 3 weeks, Trojans have outscored their opponents 123-8. And on the season overall, they're outscoring their opponents 219-55. So good offensive performance this year for the Trojans, but equally as impressive is their ability to keep other teams out of the end zone. And looks like they're probably going to keep that rolling here tonight against this squad, guys.
Yeah, I believe they should, Josh. It's special teams has been really, really special as well. So just overall great season the Trojans are putting forth.
Daryl, let's talk in the hallway this week. I know there's several players in the homecoming court, but shouldn't be too big of a distraction this week, you think?
Yeah, a lot of people are really excited about homecoming. Of course, that is the buzz of the week, as it is homecoming week, and we'll see who gets crowned tonight. But I've heard a lot from a lot of them. They're just trying to stay focused. Everybody knows that Anderson County is the underdog in this game and could potentially be the underdog, but all of them have said, got to stay focused, take it 1 week at a time, and just like Philpott always says, go 1-0 this week.
Well, this is week 3 of district play, so we do have an opportunity to kind of cast aspersions of what we think the playoff brackets are going to look like. We can pretty much figure out a lot of these districts where people are going to be as they move into the playoffs. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of those district rankings, the matchups around the area, and my prediction on some of our playoff matchups coming up here down the road, all that. When we come back here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, you're watching Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field as we groove to the sounds of Black Sabbath, moving closer to homecoming festivities here at Frank Jameson Field. Now, we talked about the district matchups here in District 2 and District 1, which pretty much make up all of Southeast Kansas. Let's take a look at the Trojans district. That's Class 3A District 2. You see it's pretty much laid out there. Trojans play Burlington next week. Barring a collapse by the Trojans, I think they'll be able to handle business against the Wildcats, and they should finish the top seed in Kansas Class 3A District 2. Now, on the other hand, District 1, that's kind of a toss-up. You've got Frontenac, Galena, and Parsons in a logjam at the top of that district. And in the next couple weeks, Frontenac plays Parsons tonight and then Galena next week, and that will hopefully help to sort out who's going to come out in what position in that district, guys. But that one's much more of a toss-up. But the Trojans would be in first place in that district, too, if we were in it.
I believe so. And Parsons starts the year 5-0, gets beat last week by Galena.
Oh, that was a nail-biter, too.
Right, and has to play Frontenac tonight. But we'll learn a lot about Parsons here these next couple weeks.
So that's a really tight district. And when you take a look at the Trojan side of the playoff bracket, now this is just my prognostication based on where teams are sitting right now in their districts. But if you look at this, in that first round, you could have, depending upon who wins that district, Frontenac, Galena, or Parsons, then they would take on Anderson County in the first round. So tough row to hoe here for the Bulldogs there in the first round. Then the next round, Burlington, sitting in second place in our district, would take on the third place team from District 1. Again, that could be Frontenac, Galena, or Parsons. And then that next game, Wellsville, they're a lock, first place in District 3 against Royal Valley. They're pretty much a lock for fourth place in District 4. Holton, the team that I don't like to see, still gives me a shiver down my spine. They'll take on Bishop Ward, which is pretty much the lock for the 3 seed in District 3. Then it's pretty much a lock, guys. The Trojans are going to take on Columbus. Girard's probably going to finish first in District 2. Columbus, they're not going to catch any of those 3 teams atop District 1, so they are the 4th seed in District 1. So we're looking at Columbus Girard in the first round of the playoffs.
Here.
Hopefully.
Right. Columbus will have to travel here.
God willing.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Iola would take on whoever finishes second. Again, it could be Frontenac, Galena, or Parsons. You see that FHS, GHS, BHS, because who knows? We'll find out in the next couple weeks who that's going to be. And then the number 1 team out of District 4, Topeka Hayden, another familiar name from every playoff you've ever been to or state championship. They'll take on Santa Fe Trail, who's a lock at the 4th seed in District 3. And then Baldwin, who's pretty clearly going to finish second in District 3, would take on the number 3 team from District 4, which is Perry Lecompton. So a lot of these teams are pretty much where they're going to be. I mean, the last 2 weeks of the season probably aren't going to change a whole lot, especially for these 3rd and 4th seeded teams. Just 1, 2, 3 in District 1 is still up for grabs, and that makes for entertaining football this time of year with Frontenac taking on Parsons and then taking on Galena. Those are going to be a couple of good games.
And like you said, it'll shake up the whole playoffs, and then first round, higher seed always gets the home game, and then you start your who lives further east and who lives further west, and we could draw the short end of that straw and take a lot of road trips.
Oof.
I have heard from a few people, though, that there's potential for 5 straight home games, including this one, if the Girard Trojans happen to win out.
If they keep winning out,
yeah.
well, it could work that way. I think we was on the road
A lot.
Yep, all last year. But we missed out by, like 3 miles on that one.
On Prairie View.
Prairie View.
Yeah.
If
only.
Yeah.
1 week at a time, though.
Yep. It seemed like last year we made about 6 trips up to Prairie View for one reason or another. There was a lot of that going on. Well, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, it's going to be time for homecoming festivities here from Frank Jameson Field as the Trojans are starting to clear off the field and the court is getting ready. The golf carts are fired up. Everything's ready to roll here from Frank Jameson Field. It's homecoming night. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings, leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Getting set for homecoming as you see the band getting ready to take the field here and begin the festivities. We'll turn things over to the public address announcer. On the other side of the homecoming festivities, we'll have your area matchups, starting lineups, and getting you set for the opening kickoff here. As the Trojans play host to the Anderson County Bulldogs. But right now, all that's secondary to the homecoming festivities here in Girard. And we're going to shut up now. Well, I've just been informed we got a couple minutes till the homecoming festivities start, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the area matchups going on tonight. 2-4 Iola takes on 2-4 Prairie View, and that'll have playoff implications between those two teams. 4-2 Galena hosts St. Mary's Academy, who comes in at 4-3. Big game tonight. 4-2 Frontenac is at 5-1 Parsons. Big implications there in District 1. 1-5 Columbus is at 3-3 Baxter Springs. 5-1 Colgan is at 3-3 Erie. Winless Osawatomie is at 4-2 Burlington. 3-3 St. Paul is at winless Hartford. 1-5 Indy takes on 1-5 Labette County. Somebody's got to win that one. 1-5 Fort Scott is at 3-3 Spring Hill up in the KC area. 0-6 Riverton travels to 2-4 Neodesha. 0-6 Uniontown hosts 0-6 Southeast, so somebody's going to get their first win of the year there.
Or maybe a tie.
5-1 Oswego is at 6-0 West Elk. Good game there. 6-0 Chanute is on the road at 5-1 Coffeyville Field Kinley. And we'll stop here for the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2022 Girard High School Fall Homecoming. The varsity cheerleaders, dancers, and flag team are now forming the court for tonight's festivities. Tonight's candidates were selected by the GHS class of 2023, and the homecoming queen was selected by the student body. It is our pleasure at this time to present the queen candidates for the GHS class of 2023. Please welcome our first candidate, Miss Sydney Hessong. Sydney is the daughter of Chucky Hessong and Ted Hessong. Sydney is a student aide and is involved in FFA, FCCLA, SAFE, and KX. She participates in softball and is a Renaissance Gold Card holder, the FCCLA president, a FCCLA star participant, a National Honor Society member, and is on the honor roll. Sydney's driver this evening is senior Tommy McDowell, son of Keely Harles and Stan Harles. Please welcome our second candidate, Leah McGowan. Leah is the daughter of Kylie and Dale McGowan. Leah is involved in volleyball, softball, KX, FCCLA, SAD, and SAFE. She is also a student aide on the honor roll, a National Honor Society member, a Renaissance card holder, the SAFE vice president, and the SAD treasurer. Leah's driver this evening is senior Gavin Dubrava, son of Amy and Kurt Dubrava. Please welcome our third candidate, Emmeline Sinnecott. Emmeline is the daughter of Chris and Aaron Sinnecott. She is involved in volleyball, basketball, softball, KX, and FCCLA. She is also a student aide, a Renaissance card holder, a National Honor Society member, and is on the honor roll. Emmeline's driver this evening is senior Brett Clevenger, son of Nate and Maria Clevenger. Please welcome our fourth candidate, Bailey Troike. Bailey is the daughter of Jason and Margot Troike. Bailey is involved in volleyball, basketball, softball, KX, SAD, and FCCLA. She is a student aide, is on the honor roll, is in the FCCLA Stuco representative, the FCCLA Star Event participant, and a Renaissance card holder. Bailey's driver this evening is senior Trevor Amishek, son of Alan and Kendall Amishek. Miss Sydney Hessong's escort this evening is senior Luke Nigaman, son of Ben and Ashley Nigaman. Miss Leah McGowan's escort this evening is senior Alex Kester, son of Melissa and Aaron Kester. Miss Emmeline Syndicate's escort this evening is senior Ryan Jarbo, son of Melissa Smith and Roger Jarbo. Miss Bailey Troike's escort this evening is senior Justin Ferguson, son of Todd and Lori Ferguson. And now, for the big moment, drum roll please. The Girard High School 2022 Fall Homecoming Queen is Miss Leah McGowan. The Queen will now receive a crown, flowers, and an autographed football.
All right, congratulations to this year's homecoming queen,
We would like to extend special thanks to the
Leah
Girard
McGowan,
Golf Course,
and congratulations to Bailey Troike,
and
Emmeline
GHS
Syndicate,
Art Club.
and Sydney Hessong. Just a great
Again,
group of
congratulations
homecoming
to the
queen candidates.
GHS Fall Homecoming Queen, Miss Leah McGowan.
And now we got to figure out where we left off. I think we were doing area matchups.
Yeah, I think we got to the end of it, didn't
No,
we?
we did not. We
didn't?
not. There are so many matchups going on, Daryl. We talked about 6-0 Chanute traveling to 5-1 Coffeyville Field Kinley. That'll be a good ball game down there in Montgomery County tonight. 6-1 Smithville is at 4-2 Pittsburgh. So a good game over there at Hutch Field tonight. 4-2 Humboldt is at 4-2 Cherryville. And 3-3 Fredonia travels down to 4-2 Caney Valley. The look at the area matchups brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing, can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. We'll take our final break of the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our keys to the game, get into the starting lineups, and have your opening kickoff here from Frank Jameson Field, Girard, Kansas. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. The music seems super loud to me tonight, guys. I don't know about you.
I haven't been home for a while, John.
I know, yeah. I guess I'm too old officially. All right, guys. So we know Anderson County's struggling this week. Looking at them on film, they look pretty weak on the edges and over the top and in the middle. So what are your keys to the game, Jess?
Well, I want to start off by saying let's get as many people into the locker room as come out. Last week versus Iola, I don't think as many kids rode the bus home as they dropped off. We had 3 or 4 get hurt. One of them is still not playing tonight. Bo Harris is back in uniform. Said he practiced a little bit during the week. Jaden Norris is out tonight. Ethan Brooks is out again tonight. Christian Taylor's dressed back out. He was one that left the game in Iola. So my keys to the game here, Josh, is we just need to get out of this healthy.
All right, your keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right vehicle for their family. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400, just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Well, guys, I think it's time as they're getting ready for the coin toss out here at midfield. Let's talk some starting lineups. Jess, you were down on the field. We know there are some injuries on both squads, so what are the starting lineups for tonight?
Well, Trojans offensively is going to start out with number 2, senior quarterback Luke Nigaman. Number 3, senior running back Bo Harris. Number 5, senior running back Ethan Davidson. Number 12, senior running back Alex Kester. Then at wide receiver, number 24, Caleb Scales. We're going to start sophomore tight end, number 40, Scott Moore. And then where the big work's done, 55, Eric Williams, senior. Number 56, Justin Ferguson, senior. Number 60, Cordell Saran, senior. Number 67, Caleb Combs, junior. And then Ryan Jarbo, number 74, who anchors the whole all O-line as a center senior year. And then on the Anderson County defensive side of the ball, they're going to start number 2. I'm going to do my best with some of these names. Number 2, Braden Bloffus.
That sounds good.
Number 6, Maston Wright at a D-back position. Number 11, A.J. Schaefer. He's going to play another D-back. Number 18, Aiden Steele is going to play linebacker. Number 19, Dallas Cuser, going to play a D-back. Man, they play a lot of D-backs. Number 21, John Wright as a linebacker. Number 33, Caden Register as a defensive end. 34, Trey Clark, linebacker. 50, Porter Fultz, linebacker. Number 53, Noah Wheeler, D-line. And number 75, Peyton Markham on the D-line. Big O Peyton is a 300-pound D lineman. Look for him to have a little presence.
All right, those starting lineups brought to you by Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. And just looking at the numbers, I mean, if this was a medieval battlefield, the Trojans would definitely have the edge right now. Looks like about a 2-1 advantage here.
Yeah, I can't count that high, but there's not near as many white jerseys as there are maroon.
I think if you took the visiting team and the visiting crowd, you might not have as many people as the Trojans have on their sideline right now.
We even outnumber them with captains.
I know we kind of sound arrogant here talking about tonight's opponent, but Anderson County really struggling this year, coming to the game just 2-4, and they've lost to a lot of common opponents that the Trojans have faced this year. And there was a time, though, when they were a tough opponent, a tough out in the playoffs. Just kind of a victim of the gene pool, and don't have as many kids out this year for football as they'd like, I'm sure. If you asked Coach Lucas Catloff, he'd tell you that he'd probably like to have more bodies, but you play with who you have.
Yeah, and their coach, when I visited with him, Super nice guy, Josh. You're really talkative over there. Of course, he's out there pretty early, and his kids wasn't out there. He did say he's got one or two that's out, that's significant loss, and lost them early in the season, and that's kind of slowed him down for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, those early season injuries can really hamstring a team, and you could have one set of expectations, and then a week or two into the season after some injuries, it really kind of changes your outlook. And Anderson County started off the season pretty well, but, man, they've just struggled down the stretch here, losing their last 3 games in a row, and going to have a tough one here tonight against Trojans as we get set for tonight's opening kickoff. It's brought to you by Lorette Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Lorette Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Lorette Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Got that one in, guys. It's going to be a good night. Going to be a good night.
Don't know if you saw me cheering over here.
I did. I saw the fist bump.
Yeah.
Anderson County won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Trojans will receive here.
Number 12, Alex Kester.
Kicking off all the way from the opposite hash. That's interesting.
Trojans will get an opportunity to put some points on the board here first tonight. Low angling kick, going to go out of bounds. Trojans will have it at the 35. First and 10. And if you're going to start out on the left hash, you might want to kick to the right. And that one goes out of bounds over on the far side, trying to shoot it down the narrow part of the field, I guess. And it doesn't work out. Well, maybe it does. Who knows how far Kester brings that one back.
I was going to say maybe he didn't want to kick it off. Yeah.
The lesser of two evils there. Nonetheless, Trojans have it first down and 10 at the 35-yard line. No time off the clock, so 12 minutes to play here first quarter. Trojans will come out with 2 wide receivers to the near side. Kester in the backfield with Nigaman. He'll get the handoff straight up the gut. Spins off one tackle, spins around, still on his feet. And he'll have about 5 yards up to the 40-yard line there on first down.
Jeff, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Just trying to set the tempo. Just going right at the middle. Some tough running, which I assume is what you're going to say. But just trying to set that tempo, set up the middle, maybe break it outside here in later downs. But no need to rush so far. And that carry went for 5 yards, which is kind of shocking. I didn't think he got that far.
It was all the spinning.
Yeah.
3 wide in this set for the Trojans. Actually 2 wide and a pair of wing backs. Bo Harris in motion. And Nigaman's going to keep it himself. Sheds an arm tackle. He's around the edge, across the 50, 45. Has blockers in front. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Goodbye. Luke Nigaman, touchdown Trojans. And a 2-play opening drive. 65 yards in 2 plays, and the Trojans lead it 6-0.
Yeah, Luke fakes the pitch, cuts it inside, breaks the tackle right there at the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line, and just sprints another 60 yards for a untouched touchdown there.
Looks like almost that first guy he faked off. It was just enough, and he was able to shed him off and run forever.
Well, you know, Luke's not going to come down through many arm tackles, I'll tell you that. And the kick by Humble, it's up and good. And the Trojans lead it 7-0, so just like that, they jump out in front. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live. Welcome back out to Frank Jamison Field. Trojans strike quickly on their first drive after a 60-yard touchdown run by quarterback Luke Nigaman. And Jess, how about the drive summary on that? Won't take too long here.
Two plays, 65 yards. Luke Digman caps it off with a 60-yard touchdown run. Garrett Humble with the extra point. Trojans up 7-0.
Humble kicks this one away. It's fielded by Dallas Cusser. And he'll have a pretty good return out past the 30 as the Trojans let him get to the edge there. And he's forced out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, and that's where Anderson County will take over. 1st and 10. 10:58 to play, first quarter.
Dallas Keezer. Return.
Yeah, and during the break, I saw Coach Towery down there talking to his kickoff team. I think maybe some of those words were do not take them lightly in this game. Even though you scored one play off of the run, that's no need to let any big plays happen, and don't take this team lightly just because you scored.
A lot of football left to play. As Dallas's brother Preston Cussers and at quarterback, he's going to go deep down the field. Picked off. Nobody home, just Trojans. Alex Kester has it, coming back the other way. 40, 35, 30, and he's going to finally be wrestled down from behind at the Anderson County 25-yard line.
Alex Custer with the interception.
Went with the flea flicker.
Yeah, flea flicker does not pay off as that one is badly underthrown, about 5-6 yards short, right into the chest of Alex Kester. And the Trojan offense right back in business deep in Bulldog territory.
You would have thought maybe that ball was meant for Alex, the way he was so wide open on that play.
Yep, nobody was covering him, that's for sure.
I thought maybe Justin was going to make a play on that ball. It looked like he was tracking it down, but not quite there.
Trojans here with the nothing fancy.
Shireman with the carry.
That's Shireman with his first carry of the ball game, and it's good enough for a first down, about 11 yards on the carry. Adam got the player of the game distinction last week against Iola, had a really good game. Was it 3 touchdowns, guys?
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. Carried the bulk of the load early in the game.
Trojans now 1st and 10 at the 24. Or I'm sorry, at the 14. Handoff goes to Shireman, breaks it off the left side, brought down by a ankle tackle. Ball came out late. They're going to say he was down, and he's inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 7 on the play. They're going to call it 8.
Yeah, it looked like the handoff was meant to go to the right side, but some good vision by Adam. Finds the hole on the left side, kicks it out, tries to make a guy miss. Looked like he threw a stiff arm in there, too. Able to get it down to, what was that, 6-yard line?
Good vision to see the cutback against the grain there by Shireman. Trojans now with a 2nd down and 2. Handoff goes to Shireman again. This time he follows the guard off the right side. And we'll see where they're going to spot this one. He's right near the first down marker. He's at about the 3-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal Trojans from that spot. Call it a gain of 4.
First down.
And that's going to make it very manageable here as they only have 3 yards to go and they're just on 1st down.
Here's a quick pitch out to Bo Harris. Nobody home. And he cuts it in the end zone for the touchdown. Trojans up 13-0.
Number 3, Bo Harris with the carry.
Well, you go Shireman, Shireman, Shireman. Fake it. Absolutely no one home to stop Bo.
Well, we talked about, I jestingly said that they were weak on the edge and over the top and up the middle, but they particularly are on the edge and over the top. This Anderson County defense is just, they've given up a lot of yards this season around the end and then over the top. Kick blocked. So Trojans lead it 13-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Trojans lead at 13-0 here early after the big interception by Alex Kester. Bo Harris punched it in from 2 yards out. Jess, how about that drive summary?
Yeah, Trojans go 25 yards in 4 plays, topped off with, like you just said, Bo Harris's 3-yard touchdown run. Extra points blocked. Trojans up 13-0.
This is Alex Smith here on the return, and he's brought down inside the 25. They're going to mark him down just inside the 25-yard line. And that's where Anderson County will start here, 1st and 10, 8:56 to play. First quarter, Trojans opening up a pretty big lead here in this first quarter. We'll see if Anderson County could answer back. Quarterback Preston Cusser, 0 for 1 passing tonight with an interception. They ran the flea flicker, and he threw it about 6-7 yards short of his intended receiver. And there were a couple of Trojans who had a shot at that one. Let's see what they do here. A little more conservative now with the handoff up the middle. Brought down almost immediately on the play is Trey Clark, the junior running back. He may have lost yardage on the play. It looks like he lost 1.
And that's Justin Ferguson from a linebacker there with the tackle. But we got a Anderson County player down.
Well, that's what you don't like to see, and certainly a team that can't suffer many injuries because their numbers are already hurting this year, and just a tough situation. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Well, the injured player for Anderson County is freshman lineman Bardo Hungo. And he was helped off the field, and now we're ready to get back underway. And when you got injuries, sometimes you get younger guys out there playing, and Hungo out there as a freshman. So we certainly hope he's all right. Kessler comes out in the shotgun this time. Handoff. Nope, he'll keep it himself around the outside. Still on his feet. He's going to have a first down. Trojans not securing the tackles there. A lot of Maroon jerseys had a shot at him, and Cusser able to pick up, well, call it 12 yards on the play to get the first down for Anderson County.
Yeah, Trojans going to have to wrap up. They hit him 2 or 3 times, just didn't wrap up, thinking they're just going to knock him out of bounds. And flashbacks to the Galena game.
Brings up a first down and 10 now at the 34-yard line as we take under 8 minutes to play here, first quarter. Preston Cusser in the backfield with Trey Clark. Ball's loose, and they're going to call an incomplete pass.
Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, it was a pitch forward.
Was it forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shovel pass.
Unfortunate break for the Trojans, but maybe it saves that kid from big hit in the back or something, so who knows.
Not a lot of pretty things going on offensively tonight here for Anderson County early in this one. We've already thrown an interception and a near turnover there on the shovel pass. Cusser again lines up in the pistol this time with Clark in the backfield behind him. Handoff goes to John Wright, trying to go around the end, and he's going to get a pretty decent gain around the end of that Trojan defense there. Up to about the 41-yard line. Call it a gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, that time, that Wright kid, he got some wheels on him, looks like. He hit that corner, turned it upfield, and 7 yards was fast.
Brings up a 3rd down and 3. Pretty manageable here for Anderson County. See if this Trojan defense dig in their heels a little bit and stop this one. Pistol again for Cusser. Hands it off to Clark up the middle. He's eaten alive. Big hit in the backfield that time by Anthony Pike. Coming up from his linebacker spot to shut that one down. It brings up a 4th down for Anderson County. It looks like they're going to punt.
Loss of 1 on the play.
That was a perfect assessment by Pike. Saw the hole open up, and I'm assuming he read that polling guard. Polling guard did not see him, however, and Anthony Pike's able to sweep in there and make a good tackle.
So Garrison Martin set to punt it away. Senior tight end, place kicker, low end over end kick. Kester backpedals, plays it off the hop. Flag down on the play. Kester makes a man miss the 15 and wrapped up by about 3 different white jerseys. Pike got in there and got somebody at the end of that one. He's never not going to hit someone, you know, like somebody's getting hit. I'll see what the flag is here. It's in the neighborhood of a hold, and it is against the Trojans. And that'll back them up. Haven't had much problem moving the ball offensively here tonight. Yet to see a pass out of Girard, but when you're picking up round about 30 yards a carry, why would you ever pass the ball?
That ref just showed off his arm. Threw all the way to the sideline.
Well, it is USA night, so if you're going to show it off,
Now's the time
Top
to do
Gun USA night
Exactly, yeah.
is the night to do it.
That's beside the point. I was just impressed by how far he threw that ball.
Nigaman lines up in the pistol. Kester in the backfield behind him. He'll get the handoff again right up the gut. And another 5 yards. We have a... Nope, nobody down. We're all good. Call it a gain of 4 on the play for Kester.
17-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
So Trojans will have it. 2nd down and 6. 17. As we get down to around 5.5 to play here first quarter. Trojans on top 13-0. There's a fake handoff. Quick pitch to the outside. Penalty flag is down. Ethan Davidson with it. Fumbles it. But he was already out of bounds. That's one coaches don't really like to see, but I think they're going to get the Trojans with a hold on the outside. It's either a hold or a clip.
If I were to guess correctly, he'll get one of the wide receivers out here on the outside. I wasn't sure who it was, but it looked like he...
Oh, an illegal shift.
Never mind. I was wrong.
Well, it was probably one of the wide receivers, though.
Yeah. I didn't finish my thoughts, so that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
With an illegal shift.
Yeah.
Odd time to throw that flag on the illegal shift. It was thrown about midway through the play.
Yeah, that's... Like, what did I just see? Oh, yeah, an illegal shift.
Put the ball about the 13-yard line.
It's too bad he didn't realize it on the drive home, Jess.
Yeah, I agree.
Ball's placed at the 12-yard line.
So I'll bring up a 2nd down 11 for the Trojans from about the 12-yard line. Hand off to Kester again, kind of trips up and loses his footing. Frustrated after that, just a gain of about 3 on the play for Kester. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. It'll come, Alex. It'll come.
He does such a good job of just getting behind his offensive line and waiting for that hole to open up.
I'm sure as the game progresses, though, he'll get his.
When so many defenders are on their back, it's easy to trip over them. Davidson starts in motion. Now he'll head back to the line.
There's an audible.
Yeah. And another flag. Trojans just out of sync here on this possession.
Yeah.
The audible might have thrown everybody's timing off a little bit. And that's going to back Girard up again. 3rd down and even longer. It wasn't pretty to start with. Now it's pretty dismal. Field position here for the Trojans is... Oh, if they don't pick up some yards here, they're going to be punting out of their own end zone.
They went with a hard count there, and Anderson County kind of showed maybe some sort of blitz off the far side, and Nigman calls an audible, but we have no idea what he changed it into.
You got a timeout.
Timeout, Trojans.
Girard wants to talk this over. Coach Philpott's seen enough of this. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans lead at 13-0. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Well, Trojans coming out of a organizational timeout. They lead at 13-0 here with under 4 minutes to play first quarter, but this possession has not been pretty for this Trojan offense. The penalties have set them back and really cost them a couple of really good plays. 4 wide in this set. Nigaman back to pass. Good protection. Over the middle, has a man, but overthrows Ethan Davidson. Davidson was kind of twisted up on the play, and that might have cost him a step or two, and that's what he needed to get to that ball. And so now Trojans looking at 4th and 11, a punting situation here. First time tonight, the Trojans will punt it away.
Yeah, it looked like to me Ethan kind of took an inside around all these defender, and Luke led him over the outside shoulder, and just kind of a little miscommunication. And it's windy. I don't know if we've brought that point up, but wind's blowing pretty hard.
It's freezing wind under this table here, I'll tell you that. Low snap. Nigaman fields it off the turf. Low end over end punt. It's going to take a sideways and then a Girard roll out towards midfield and into Bulldog territory at the 48. So good field position for Anderson County, but what, like a 54-yard punt that time. No return for Nigaman.
Off the low snap, too, so it's just a good job to get that one away.
Yeah, that's a shoe shiner. Pulled that one up off the turf, and normally Luke is fielding the high snaps, and tonight had to dig that one off the artificial surface.
You think maybe the high snap's a little bit easier for him? As
Yeah,
that 6'4"
certainly. I'm
frame.
sure he'd
Yeah.
rather have it 7 foot in the air than he would right off the turf, but did a good job with it. Got the kick away.
You know, Josh, we get a little spoiled. We're so you see the Trojans score about every time they touch the ball, but sometimes it's okay to punt.
It's better to score. Pitch coming near side. Clark looking for a lane and just gets cut. And there he was again, Anthony Pike on the tackle as he just tried to saw Clark in half there.
Yeah, it looked like Adam Shireman was the play side DN there. He was able to get in the backfield and kind of wrap up the legs, and then Pike, as you said, came in and
Sawed
cleaned
him
him up.
off.
Yeah.
Clark's like, let's not have too many of those tonight.
Yeah. No more pitch plays.
Yeah. But it is Top Gun night tonight, and Pike looks like he's got missile lock. He has tone on the ball carriers tonight. Custer back to pass, being pressured, throwing on the run, floats one up, incomplete. Overthrows his wide receiver, and he had a man briefly.
2 of them.
But he would have had to, both kind of in the same area of the field, so that's not necessarily good. But if he'd have thrown that a little more on a rope, probably would have been complete, but that's a tough ask when you're running for your life.
And I will say, under the circumstances, that wasn't a bad throw.
No, not a bad throw at all.
Hit his receiver in the hands, just a little bit above him, wasn't able to bring it down.
And again, at a full sprint.
Yeah, running away from Joel Jubber, who came with the pressure.
Custer will line up in the pistol formation again here. Pike brings pressure up the middle. He's going to throw near side. Kester misjudges his jump, and it's a completion. The catch made out there by Maston Wright at about the 32-yard line. So a first down for Anderson County on there. A good-looking pass play from Custer to Wright.
Wasn't bad-looking coverage by Alex. He was running steps with him, maybe a second behind him. Just mistimed his jump a little bit. Kind of went over his hands. And honestly, kind of a lucky break for the Anderson County Bulldogs.
About a 20-yard gain on that pass play, too. New set of downs here for Anderson County as they hand it to, Custer will keep it himself. There's a flag on the play in the neighborhood of a hold coming from the backside from the referee. And I think this one's coming back. Trojans slow to get up on that play. It was Jubber, but he looks like he's going to be okay.
Holding against the Bulldogs.
And it is holding against Anderson County. So I'll back him up to about the 38-yard line. 1st and 15.
10-yard penalty.
Oh, I'm sorry, a 10-yarder. So
42-yard line.
Back to the 42. 1st and 20. Wright goes in motion, so 2 wide receivers to the far side. Custer takes the snap. Kotzman pressure right up the middle. Floats this one up, and he has another reception. The Trojans defensive backs having a hard time finding the ball because he's floating them up there. There's a lot of time to adjust to the ball. They're just not finding it when it's in the air. And like we said, we got a couple of backups in the game here tonight. But Trojans just not adjusting very well to the ball in the air. Anderson County taking advantage of it. Another
Spots the ball at the 11-yard line.
almost a 40-yard pass play there.
It did look like a linebacker. It looked like Christian Taylor on the coverage there. I couldn't quite see his number, but yeah.
Gives Anderson County a 1st and 10 at the 11, so they can get a first down without scoring. And the hard count gets Kotzman. But Anderson County's backing up. So we'll see if
hard count or not, you can't bob your head. See if they see the same thing. They're all.
One official's pointing towards Girard.
It was very clear seeing Kotzman come through the line.
Yep. And it's going to be against the Trojans. So an easy 5 yards there for Anderson County. And Trojan defense is looking about like the Trojan offense looked on the last possession, so maybe some
5-yard penalty places the ball.
concentration issues here on both sides of the ball for the Trojans. You don't want to, for lack of a better term, play down to your opponent.
You know, homecoming, we talked about maybe having a little lack of focus.
And then jumping out to that quick 13-0 lead, and it's hard to, you got to stay focused. Custer that time gobbled up in the backfield, nothing to go in on the option play, and it's Anthony Pike again with another tackle for loss. As he gets a few of those penalty yards back, it'll back Anderson County up to the 8-yard line. They need the 1 for a first down, so second down and 7.
At the 8-yard line.
I assume they have 2 downs to get there.
You would think, Jess. You would think.
Unless they have a stellar field goal kicker like Garrett Humble, I don't think they'd go for it for a field goal there.
Guess they're under. They line up in a bit of a wildcat, and they run straight ahead with John Wright, senior running back. And they'll pick up a couple of yards there, up to about the 5-yard line, just shy of it.
21.
Brings up a third down and call it a long 4.
Yeah, it looked like a full house. Everybody in the backfield snap it to one guy, run straight ahead.
Kind of what Lamar runs.
Yeah, yeah.
They're even the same colors.
Lamar does it a lot more efficiently.
Yep, and that's the end of the first quarter. Trojans lead at 13-0, but Anderson County knocking on the door. When we come back, second quarter action from here in Girard. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans lead at 13-0 after one quarter. Anderson County with a second down and 4 at the Trojan, called it about the 6-yard line. Another snap to the back. Wright has it. Backside pursuit gets to him. A good tackle there by the Trojans. That was Christian Taylor on the tackle in pursuit. Keeps it to a, I want to say no gain on the play. Brings up a fourth down and about 4.
Yeah, another one of those weird wildcat snaps. This time trying to go outside away from the middle where it failed him. But going outside didn't do any good either. They're exactly where they were. And tough fourth down for the Bulldogs.
A big stand here for this Trojan defense if they can keep Anderson County out of the end zone. They had it 1st and 10 at the Trojan 11-yard line. And after a penalty and some short gains, the Trojans have got them in a fourth down situation. There's a timeout on the field as Coach Katloff wants to talk it over with his squad. A big play here.
I'd like to introduce our cheerleaders.
Got a scoring update from the Parsons Frontenac game. Got Parsons 14, Frontenac 6. Don't have a time on that. But the Vikings leading that one. Is that one in Parsons, Jess? I believe it is, isn't it?
No, it's in Frontenac.
Oh, it's in Frontenac?
Yeah. I'm almost positive, but I was wrong one time.
You've been wrong before, eh?
Just that time I thought I was wrong was that time I was actually wrong.
Nope, Max Prep has Frontenac at Parsons, but you can't trust that.
I would probably trust them further than I would trust me.
Well, you can trust them if they're in western Kansas, but maybe
right,
not.
Right. All right, here we are, 4th down. Gusser in the pistol, 1 wide receiver. And a little delayed handoff. Did they get first down yardage? They may have a first down. They did not get in the end zone. But, man, they may have to bring the sticks out. They don't need the goal line to get a first down, though. I guess they're going to call them short of the 1. No measurement. If I'm Anderson County, I'm asking for a measurement on that one.
I think
their coach is out on the field, and like at the very least, where's the measurement? They only needed the 1 yard line. They're saying they're about a foot short.
And he says he doesn't need a measure. I can see it.
First down Trojans. Now they're right on their own goal line, so you can imagine that this one's going to be. I'm gonna say straight ahead run for the tailback here.
It's a bold assumption.
Yeah. Maybe Luke keeps it straight ahead. Somebody's going straight ahead. There's Luke. Has a lane out across the 15-20. Across the 25, stiff arm, stays in bounds. Across the 35, and Trojans are no longer on their own goal line. 1st and 10 now at the 35. A 34-yard run by Luke Nigaman.
Yeah, you called it right before the play. Maybe a run to Luke. He does. Real quarterback keeper to our near side.
And, man, that hole just opened right up, and he went right through it.
He was patient for it, let his blockers get out in front of him, made a man miss, and he was off to the races.
The Trojans, good field position now. 1st and 10 at their own 36. Call it a 35-yard run by Nigaman. He's got 2 carries for 95 yards. Now, back to pass, being pressured. Throws this one over the top. Has a man, has 2 men. And in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Caleb Scales. And I think the fact that there were 2 maroon jerseys there in the same area of the field is probably what caused that incompletion, as they were both making a play on it. And the best coverage was provided by the Trojans.
Yeah, I assume one of the 2 receivers ran the wrong route.
Yeah, it was Caleb Scales, and he was out there with Scott Moore, the sophomore. So when you're the sophomore, you get blamed.
Every time.
That's how it goes.
But, yeah, it was off Scott's fingertips, through Caleb's hands. And
incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. I'm going to tell you right now, my passing stats are already inaccurate, so I've just kind of quit on that. Here's Adam Shireman just dragging guys out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain there.
Yeah, 3 Anderson County defenders hit him about the line of scrimmage, and he just carried them.
Just took him for a ride.
Right.
We're down under 10.5 to play here in the first half. Trojans looking at a 3rd down and 4 at the 42-yard line. Big goal line stand to stop Anderson County. And there's an offsides penalty as they mistimed the blitz. That was Quentin King, sophomore linebacker, who came across just a shade early. And they'll walk this one off, and it'll be enough for a first down for the Trojans.
Well, he almost had it. He was just a little bit late. Just a little bit. I think the motion is what helped him out, because they kind of had to hesitate a little bit for Ethan to come in motion. Then he kind of jumped the gun, almost jumped over Ryan Jarbo.
Yeah, he tried to time the snap from about 5 yards deep, and once he got going, he couldn't stop. 2 wide receivers to the far side this time for the Trojans. Hand off to Shireman right up the gut. Nope. Nigaman's going to keep it out across the 50 to about the 48.
I was with you, Josh. I watched him tackle Shireman and thought, he went down awful easy on that one.
Yeah. Gain of 5 for Luke, his worst run of the night.
Just awful. Never what you want to see, a gain of 5.
Yeah, 3 carries, 100 yards for Luke Nigaman. Pretty good average, I'd say. If he keeps that up, he's headed for the Hall of Fame. This time the handoff goes to Shireman, fights through a couple tackles and falls backwards for first down yardage up to about the 41-yard line. And it'll be a Trojan first down from that spot. Call it a gain of 8 that time for Shireman. Five carries, 37 yards unofficially. Quick pitch outside. Bo Harris with it, working outside, finds the cutback lane. Across the 35, down close to the 30-yard line. Penalty flags come in late, and it could be in the neighborhood of a face mask as Harris was spinning and twisting and cutting in there. And we'll see what the call is. It came in very late in the play when Harris was already about 8 yards downfield. Trojans are backing up, though, so not a good sign there. Blocking the back against Girard is the call. And it's a spot foul, though. Nope.
Against the Trojans.
No, it's not. They're going to take him back from the original line of scrimmage. Back to about the 48-yard line. Be first down and
Bulldogs, 48-yard line.
12, 13. First and 13 for the Trojans.
Ends up first
17.
down and 17.
Math was never my strong suit, Jess.
Well, I give you props for what you do over there on that side of the table, Josh. I tried to do that last week, and yeah, I quit keeping stats after the first quarter.
So first and long for the Trojans. Timeout. Coach Philpott wants to talk things over with his squad.
Be their last time out.
He just wants to get this one right, I guess, here at this first down and long situation. And we saw what happened on the Trojans' last offensive drive when they kept backing up due to penalties. So he's trying to nip that in the bud, I guess. But you're right, no more chances to stop the clock here in the first half for Girard.
Right, and from up here, it doesn't look like they were doing a whole lot of things different. Kind of looks like the same game plan, the same philosophy. It's a lot of what I would call a read option, a veer type triple option offense, mixing in some passes. But it's hard to say. They could have put in some new plays this week and some new verbiage or something, and something's just not quite right tonight.
Yeah, or the X's and O's are same, but the Jimmies and the Joes are different.
Yep.
And you want to make sure everybody's knows their role on the play. And he might have sensed, hey, somebody's supposed to go in motion and they didn't, or somebody lined up wrong. But that's the last chance Trojans are going to get to make corrections with a timeout. 8:20 to play here in the second quarter. And that's a big run. Oh, it's dropped on the outside, fumbled out of bounds by Ethan Davidson. That's the second time we've seen him do that tonight.
It's coming back as well.
And there's a flag, yep.
Yep. Holding right here in front of us. Blocking the back.
Illegal block. Here's the call against the Trojans.
That one's from the spot of the foul. Ooh. Was that a 15-yard penalty from the spot there?
It was just 10.
Jeez.
Places the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, first and forever for the Trojans here. But they're at midfield, Jess. Got to be 4 down territory, right?
I would think so.
And there's a flag as A.J. Schaefer came across the line, and in high school you can't just jump across and jump back, as we know. So Trojans get 5 yards back, and the
Spots the ball at the Bulldog 48-yard line.
one of these officials going to injure their rotator cuff from throwing so many flags here in this period. We asked Dan Smith about that, the proper The overhand and sidearm delivery with the flag. Which one's better? Nigeman with the play action. Steps back to pass. Has a man. And it's Gales with the catch at about the 30-yard line. It'll be a Trojan first down.
Caleb just running a out pattern. Great job by the O-line to give Luke protection and deliver a strike.
18 brings up first down and 10.
Gain of 18. Handoff goes straight ahead. It's Christian Taylor, his first carry of the night.
Christian Taylor with the carry.
And he'll have about a 8-yard gain on the play.
Hopefully starting to get the wheels turned again. For a moment there, they looked like they were just in reverse. Now finally shifting gears and getting going after that big completion. Hopefully that shifts the momentum a little bit and gets them started again.
Brings up second down and 2.
Second and short here for the Trojans. Coach Philpott sends in the play. 2 on the play clock. Here's the snap. Taylor gets it again, has first down yardage as he's ridden down at about the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 7 on the play.
Spots the ball to 15-yard line.
Anderson County really ripping at that football during that tackle right there. Great job by Taylor to make sure to keep it secured up tight against his body.
So first down once again for the Trojans at the 15-yard line. So we're under 6.5 to play here in the first half. Girard trying to put this one out of reach here with a touchdown drive. This time Taylor met at the line, ball's loose, Trojans are on it. That's the 3rd fumble of the night for the Trojans, and they're fortunate to get back on top of it. Taylor's a little dinged as he comes off the field, and he's frustrated with himself for the fumble, and he's...
It was a good job by senior Ryan Jarbo to see that ball on the ground and just pounce on it.
He got dinged a little bit there, but Jarbo saved it for the Trojans. Anderson County kind of tipped their hand. They were coming with a corner blitz there. High snap, Nigeman handles it, pitches it out to Bo Harris, looking for the corner. Delivers a stiff arm. And then brought down awkwardly over there on the far side. And
Bo Harris on the carry.
I don't know what the defender had a hold of there, but
brought down by
bulldogged him.
Yeah.
Number 19.
Call it a gain of about 5 for Bo Harris there. It brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Trojans.
I've been to a rodeo or two, Josh. So
you're saying this ain't your first rodeo?
Right. They just kind of grabbed him by the helmet and took him down.
Yeah, I thought it looked like from here maybe a face mask, but the official was right there, so. Luke keeps it himself across the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Trojans have it first and goal at the 2.
So far, it's been Luke Nigeman with the magic. Every single time they've needed yards or been in a crucial situation, they've gone to him, and he has put out the effort and done good. So I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe have a couple more QB runs for a touchdown here.
Well, the thing is, you want everybody to be healthy at the end of this one. I don't know how many times Coach Philpott's going to be comfortable calling Luke's number here in a game where they're already up 13-0. And I say that as he calls Luke's number, and he scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
The Trojans lead at 19-0.
Maybe that'll be the last time he calls his number.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Just Trojan fans kind of hold their breath, you know, when Luke starts running with it. Good things can happen, but you don't want him getting hurt. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Try and take a 21-0 lead. Lines up in the shotgun. Shireman in the backfield. Luke fires it to the outside. The Catch is made. No, dropped.
Great job by the Anderson County defender to get his hand in there to knock that away.
Closed on it fast and broke it up. So the extra point, the 2-point attempt, no good. Trojans lead at 19-0. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Welcome back out to Frank Jamison Field. Trojans kick it away over the head of the intended receiver. It'll be a touchback. Jess, how about drive summer?
Yeah, Trojans go on a 11-play drive. Had 4 penalties on that play, on that drive, but tapped off by a 2-yard touchdown run by Nigaman. 2-point conversion's no good to give the Trojans a 19-0 lead.
Well, they added to their degree of difficulty, but they were able to overcome the challenges. And a 2-point attempt, no good. And I was talking in the break, I think Scales needed to kind of come back to Nigaman there rather than standing and waiting for the pass to come to him. He had a lot of end zone there to work with. And if he'd have taken a couple steps towards the quarterback, you make it a shorter pass and you kind of cut off the defender, trying to break that one up. Trojans in the backfield this time. Initially Pike there with the hit, and then Kotzman cleans it up.
Drake Kotzman.
No gain on the play.
And I'm just going to say a little something about Kotzman. He's kind of been, we always talk about him pancaking at the end or making the plays in the backfield, but on those plays where he's not in it, he is making such a big impact on that defensive line. It takes 2 or 3 guys to block him every single play. And right now, teams are not able to run up the middle because of him. So he's kind of been an understated all-star this season.
Cusser in the gun, fakes the handoff, now steps up, thinks he's going to run, and gets flattened. That was Drake Kotzman coming in there and making the tackle on the quarterback, and that is not a guy you want landing on top of you. I'm just going to tell you right now.
And right on cue, Daryl, just there. Yeah. They was triple teaming Kotzman, got him pushed off away from the play, and then when the quarterback broke contained, Kotzman was there just to pounce on him.
I'd also like to say if that was Patrick Mahomes, it would have been a rough in the passer, but
or Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Or Derek Carr. Little screenplay action. The Trojans diagnose it perfectly. Alex Kester's seen one of those or a couple of those in his time and blows that one up for a loss on the play. It'll set up a 4th down and 11. And a great defensive possession that time by the Trojans, guys.
Yeah, it looked a lot better this possession. The timeout Girard used is, and looks like Anderson County's up there lined up to punt.
Kester back to receive for the Trojans. Slow snap, almost blocked. The kick is away, and Kester's going to let it bounce and roll into Trojan territory. And Anderson County's going to down it at about the 38-yard line. Good field position for the Trojans to start this drive. Man, that was close to getting blocked.
Yep, Joel Jubber off the corner there. I'm sure he felt the wind as it went off right by his fingertip.
Yeah, I think he felt a little bit of the boot, too. Yeah. Might have got it kicked in the arm.
Of the Trojans.
A more experienced punter might have given the soccer player performance, or you act like you're hurt.
NBA flop.
Pretend that your ankle's broken.
Well, yeah, until you realize you're not going to get the penalty, then you jump up and run off the field. 2 wide to the near side this time for the Trojans. 3 wide receivers in this set. And they're going to hand it off to Kester on the counter. And he puts it on the turf, and I think Anderson County's going to have this one. Finally, the Trojans lose a fumble. You can't play with fire too often. You're going to get burned eventually, and they do right there as Kester broke the initial line and then had the ball poked out. And that'll turn it over back to Anderson County at their 48-yard line. So the first turnover tonight by the Trojans. And give the Bulldogs 1st and 10 near midfield. 2:45 to play first half. And if you're Anderson County, if you can get a score right here,
huge.
You got to see yourself as back in this game. I expect to see some pressure on these defensive backs for the Trojans. Custer already back to pass. Flag on the play, being pursued by Jubber. Throws it away for survival. And it falls incomplete. And there's a Trojan slow to get up, but looks to be mostly okay. That's Hunter Hickman.
It looked like he was the player that got thrown. It's going to be the perpetrator of the flag. Because there was a weird moment there where like he kind of toppled or something.
Yeah. He'll head over to the sideline.
Fouls against the Bulldogs.
Penalty of moving back to about the 43-yard line.
Placed at the 43-yard line. Brings up first down 15.
Now there's an official timeout.
I think a chop block's worth more than 5 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. Point of parliamentary procedure. They're going to move it back to the...
15-yard
right.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
That's a heck of a penalty there. Sets them up first and forever.
Because if it was only worth 5 yards, you'd do it every play and see how many times they called it.
Right. Custer in the pistol, rolling out far side. Now the pitch, and nothing going there that time as he pitched it to Dallas Custer, his brother, and nope. Trojans sniff it out.
Right. Joel Jubber did a great job of being able to play both pitchman and the running back. It just, they didn't have their spacing very good right there.
I'm glad you caught that because I was focused on Adam Shireman coming from that opposite side. Looked like he was going to hawk him from behind. Joel made the play first, though.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up second down and
Well, to
26.
say second down and long really doesn't do it justice. Second and forever. 3 wide in this set as well. Custer back in the pistol, and they're going to blow this one up before it even gets started.
It looks like a timeout.
And a timeout, Anderson County.
Bulldogs.
And that's just their second timeout, I believe. Is that right?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yep, I think they have 1 left.
My unofficial count in my head here. So the Trojans just don't want to get beat with anything deep over the top and keep everything in front of you. But Anderson County's shown a willingness to throw it deep if Custer can get time back there in the backfield, and that's really been the issue. He hasn't been able to step into a throw in quite a while.
Right, and the Trojan defensive scheme's pretty unique, and they just play a 3-down lineman set, but they send a backer, whether he's coming up the middle or off either side. You never know which one. They all walk up to the line of scrimmage, so it's kind of unique and never knowing which one's coming through. And Pike,
or if all of them are coming,
right? Sometimes Anthony Pike here, he can lay a big stick on somebody.
You know it's long distance yards when you can't get the first stake in the camera.
Yeah, it doesn't even. It's like it's not even there.
Yeah, just line of scrimmage. That's all there is.
And they're going with a bit of a lighter package this time. Kotzman over on the sideline getting a drink of water, as this is kind of a coverage package here the Trojans have in defensively. And they're going to try the old end around, and oh my. Yep. Braden Blaufus nowhere to go for the senior wide receiver. And that backs Anderson County up even more. And They probably wish they could just punt on third down, Jess.
Yeah, sometimes.
There's no rule against it.
No.
5-yard line. Third down and third one.
It was Cordell Saran and I believe Caleb Combs got in the backfield. And they were kind of just waiting for him to hand it off to the motion guy.
Yeah, Trojans had a committee meeting back there where he wanted to go with that ball. Just the absence of blocking for that one. Custer back to pass, floats this one up, and it's poked away from behind by Ethan Davidson. And Anderson County fortunate it was kind of underthrown. And that'll bring up 4th and long and punting situation here. And the incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:03 to play. Plenty of time for the Trojans, especially if they can get a decent return here out of Kester. You got to think Jubber's thinking block again. Here he comes. They get it away. And they're going to get a roughing the punter flag against Joel Jubber. And it's too bad because Kester returned it up to about the 40-yard line. So,
is that an automatic first down? I'm not sure.
No, it's just a running into, I think.
So just 15 yards.
It's only it depends on, I guess.
Well, we'll see what they call here.
Yeah, I guess better listen to the head guys.
Against the Trojans.
Well, he was definitely thinking block.
So you can move them up and have them re-kick it. Or can you access the penalty off the end of the run? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they have to re-kick it because it happened
before.
Right.
Penalty, spots the ball for 30-yard line.
But again, Jess, I'm no doctor.
No.
High snap over the head of the punter. Bet you they wish they just had let this one go. As the Trojans are going to have real good field position now as they force him out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, and that's where Girard will have it 1st and 10.
You have the best case scenario, go to the worst case scenario.
Down by Anthony Pike. Ball's placed at the 15-yard line.
Now, all those folks in the crowd who moaned when Joel ran into the kicker, look what happened. You know?
Hindsight's always 20/20.
That's right.
That's why you try to stay positive, you know.
And I'm like a Heisman-winning Monday morning quarterback. Nobody knows what they should have done in the clutch better than me. Faked handoff. Now the second man through gets it. It's Kester, and he barrels forward for about a 6-yard gain.
Kester with the carry.
Girard's going fast, and this just, 30 seconds left here in the first half.
That's great for my stat keeping. And they're going to draw a flag here as not everybody was set.
False start. It's Trojans.
You never want a penalty, but the good news is it's a free timeout, I guess.
Yeah, but it costs you 5 yards.
5 yards, 5 yards. 5 more yards for your stat sheet.
Too wide in this set. Harrison motion. Fake the handoff. The pitch goes to Ethan Davidson. Makes a man miss and walks in untouched into the end zone. And the Trojans lead at 25-0 pending the extra point. And there's that option, guys. We talked about how Anderson County struggled on the edge, and the Trojans gave them a little bit of who's got it. And Ethan Davidson, by the time he got the ball, a lot of green real estate in front of him.
Looks like he finally got going once again, his first game back in a while, and he finally gets the wheels turned, able to score one.
He suffered that concussion. Was that against Frontenac?
Yes.
Yeah. And the kick is up and good for Humboldt. And the Trojans lead at 26-0. 15 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Trojans lead at 26-0. 15 seconds left to play here in the first half against the Anderson County Bulldogs. This is the third week of district play. Trojans looking to go 3-0 in the district. Low angling kick. Karam's off a defender, and this is kind of a dangerous situation for Anderson County. We'll see who comes away with it. I think the Bulldogs have it. And that's one of those situations with all those jerseys, those maroon jerseys bearing down on you. You don't necessarily want to be the guy that the ball's kicked directly at in the front row. Good field position here for Anderson County, but they better work quick. 11 seconds on the clock. And Trojans. Man, I don't know if you're the Bulldogs, the way things have been going here in the first half, maybe you just take a knee on this one, but looks like that's not what they're going to do.
Throw it deep, I guess.
Trojans got their free safety, Jake Towner, playing about 30 yards off the ball.
Pass over the middle. It's caught at about the 46-yard line. And it'll stop the clock while they move the chains.
Number 2, Brayden Blocker.
And Anderson County is going to burn their final timeout of the first half.
Well, Josh, we got a minute here. I'll give you the breakdown of the two-play 15-yard scoring drive run in by Ethan Davidson. Extra point was good to give the Trojans that 26-0 lead.
Also, I've got a score update from Mr. Massa, my man on the inside. Frontenac scored once again, 14-14, tied up with Parsons.
At half.
Won't go away.
At halftime. Yep. Okay.
Got a good one there. Wherever it is. Is it in Girard or did we ever decide? Is that in Frontenac or is it in Parsons?
Who knows? It might be in London.
Yeah. Playing at Wembley.
Wembley.
In the second quarter, Coffeyville leads Chinook 20-14. I'm scrolling through here looking for some scores, you know, west or east of Wichita.
Girard playing with just about every man they have 30 yards back. Smart play, I think.
Kessler in the pistol, gets the snap, rolls out far side, throws back against grain, picked off. And that's going to do it for the first half. The Trojans lead at 26-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Well, it's not the end of the first half. Trojans were flagged for a face mask penalty, which will give Anderson County an untimed down from the 31-yard line, as they have three wide receivers again in this 4 wide in this set. Kessler back to pass. Pressure coming. Gets a wobbler away. It's tipped around and falls incomplete. And can that be the end of the first half? Yes, it is. That'll do it for the first half. Trojans lead at 26-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. We're at halftime here, and the Trojans lead the Anderson County Bulldogs 26-0 at the break. You see the Girard dance team out there entertaining the crowd here at the half. Trojans had a pretty good first half there. Looked out of sync at some points, but at other points very much in sync, and just have given Anderson County trouble for the entire first half. And tonight is Top Gun night, as the dance team has a Top Gun inspired dance routine. And you can see the aviators there. We do want to let you know that our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and professional way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs. Turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. As we see the band getting ready to take the field here. Guys, all around kind of a dominating first half, what we expected out of the Trojans. Started things off with a two-play 65-yard drive. Luke Niggeman with a 60-yard touchdown run. Then an interception by Alex Kester led to a four-play 25-yard drive. And Bo Harris got the touchdown on that one. And the Trojans had a 13-0 lead and then kind of stayed at that as both teams kind of stalled out offensively and defensively. But then the Trojans able to put together a long drive that started down at their own 1 yard line almost.
At the one.
At the one, a 99-yard drive. And then another short, a 25-yard drive, I believe, to finish off the half. or was it a 15-yard drive? It was wherever the punter got forced out of bounds.
15.
I think it was 15 yards. And so a couple of really short drives and a couple of long drives. The Trojans lead it here 26-0, guys. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I'll just echo what you said. Trojans have looked really, really, really good, and then they've had a couple drives here where they didn't look so very good. But I'll just tell you, Anderson County's kind of done the same thing. They're here to play. When their plays have kind of worked, they've looked really well. But here's a drive here late in the second quarter. They run 4 plays for negative 30 yards. So they had a bad snap on the punt, and that all just figures in. And so it's just sometimes Anderson County just had a hard time getting out of their own way. But to give the Girard credit, they have forced a lot of those unforced errors as well.
Yeah, the defensive guys are playing too.
2 turnovers for Anderson County, 1 turnover for Girard. So it just wasn't a well-played first half.
Well, this is the third week of district play here for the Trojans. In our district, the big game coming up next week against Burlington, it's going to decide first and second place in the district. But over in District 1 tonight, you can take a look at the district standings there in District 1. You have a log jam at the top with Frontenac, Galena, and Parsons, and right now at the half, Frontenac and Parsons are tied at 14. Galena's whooping up on St. Mary's Academy out of St. Mary's, Kansas right now. But that's not a district opponent, so it doesn't really matter as far as district play goes. But Galena had that big win over Parsons. And so that the top of that district is still very much in play. So we're keeping an eye on that Frontenac-Parsons game, and then we'll be keeping an eye on that Frontenac-Galena game coming up next week to see how that district shakes itself out. But an interesting one going on in Frontenac or Parsons. I'm not sure which one tonight.
I believe it's in Parsons.
It's in Parsons?
Yes.
That field is it's like the roof of a barn. It's got like a pitch to it. Have you ever played on that field, Jess? Where
I have not.
If you stand on one sideline, you can only see people on the other sideline from the waist up because there's such a pitch on that field that if you're running option to the sideline, you're running downhill. It's in a floodplain, so that's probably why they've got it pitched so hard. But an interesting field over there in Parsons. A good game going on tonight. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, more of the GN Bank halftime show as we move closer to second half action from here in Girard. It's homecoming night. Trojans lead Anderson County 26-0 at the break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call service is outstanding in their field. especially for those that are stuck, well, out standing in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jamison Field. Trojans lead at 26-0 at the break. And, Jess, you were giving me some interesting scores during the break. I'll start you off. Humboldt leading Cherryville 16-0. Smithville leading Pittsburgh High 20-0. And we got 14-14 Parsons and Frontenac at the break. What else you got?
Yeah, I have Baxter leading Columbus 18-13.
What?
Yeah, good for Baxter.
Wow.
My underdog team coming into this year.
Something in the water this year down in Baxter.
Good for them. They've righted the ship.
Wow. Well, Columbus and Baxter, I don't know if you know this, guys, or not, but there's some bad blood there dating back to the 1800s. Because Baxter Springs is the older town, right? The town.
Right.
And they were going to be the county seat. And a gang of concerned citizens from Columbus went over to Baxter and stole all the county records and everything and took them back to Columbus. And it had the central location. And
is this historical facts, Josh?
Yeah, this is Cherokee County legend. And then that's how Columbus ended up being the county seat over Baxter Springs. So,
and they built the courthouse.
Well, yeah, after the fact, right. You know, they don't build the courthouse till they get declared the county seat, right?
I don't know. I'd say Girard built their courthouse first and then said, "Ha, we win."
Got it. Yeah.
Right. I don't know that to be true either. I'm just
that's Crawford County
right.
lore. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that's the legend. That's the story over there in Cherokee County. And so Baxter getting revenge.
Good
for
for
that
them.
one. In your face,
them.
Columbus.
Good for Baxter.
Yeah. You can have the courthouse. We'll take the win. The dub. Well, you gave me some other interesting statistics during the break, Jess, as far as plays, time of possession.
Yeah, I run out of fingers to get the clocks counted, Josh.
Okay.
But I do have total plays ran, Girard at 26 plays, and this is including penalty yards. My stat sheet's pretty unofficial, but so Girard's gained around 213 yards of total offense. And I have Anderson County running about 22 plays, and they have gained about 67 yards.
And I have them with about 7 yards total rushing in that first half.
So hats off to that Trojan defense.
Yeah, doing good here tonight. That Eye on the Game is brought to you by Canar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Canar Eye Care is making sure you can see what you're looking at. Canar Eye Care with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at CanarEyeCare.com. We'll take our final break of the GN Bank halftime show and be back with second half action from here in Girard on homecoming night. Trojans lead at 26-0 over Anderson County. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans lead at 26-0, getting set for the second half kickoff. And we need a separate podcast of everything we talk about during the breaks. I mean, it's the internet. It doesn't matter if you curse or not, right? In the podcast.
Yeah, they have automatic people to shut you down.
Nobody would dare sponsor it. We couldn't get it sponsored.
Oh, I don't know. Some of the conversations we have off camera, there might be someone willing.
Someone out there.
They're just so interesting.
Maybe we might be able to find a bar or a house of ill repute.
Drop
might be willing to spy.
The Jolly Fox in Pittsburgh, maybe they'll sponsor.
No, it needs to be someplace where
what's that
with
the All Come Back Saloon or something.
Dirt on the floor and
the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that kind of place. Plywood. Walls. The toilet with ice in it that doesn't flush.
Yeah.
I remember the urinal full of ice.
Yeah.
That kind of place. So if you're running that kind of place and you want to sponsor our During the Breaks podcast, call BJ Harris. Don't tell him it was our idea.
I had nothing to do with it.
Garrett Humble having a long conversation with the official out there.
He likes to gab.
Son, I was born a poor itinerant farmer.
Was that the ref or was that Garrett?
I think that was probably the ref.
Okay.
And there's kickoff. We can talk about football now. Fielded back at the 5-yard line. That's Cameron Wilson with it, and the Trojans do a great job on coverage, bring him down at about the 12. So rough field position there for Anderson County as they won the opening toss, deferred to the second half, and they get it here 1st and 10 at about the, at the 12-yard line.
Ball is spotted at the
trailing 26-0.
12-yard line.
Well, football. Yay. Finally get to talk about it after our interesting conversation.
Yeah. Handoff to the second man through, and that was John Wright. He'll pick up about 3,
John Wright with the carry.
call it 4 yards on first down.
Cordell Saran there
Brought
from
down
the
by Saran.
D-line, D-end spot. Fought a block off to make the tackle.
Spots the ball to 17
4 carries,
yard line.
13 yards for Wright.
6.
Wellsville's leading Santa Fe Trail 41-0 in that. I believe that's District 3. Wellsville comfortably in first place in that district, as they are most years.
Preston Keyser's pass intended for Dallas Keyser.
Incomplete
Falls
there on
incomplete.
second down, brings up a third down and 7.
You know, I'm not seeing Juan Pizarro anywhere. Because that's Cordell Saran. He's the backup for Juan. I'm not seeing him on the sideline either. I'm wondering where he is. Oh, there he is. Doesn't appear to be hurt. Well, that's good news.
He's resting. Kessler's in trouble and goes down with the sack.
Yeah.
And a lot of Trojans had a shot at him. I think it was Cordell Saran who brought him down.
Well, I'm going to be real honest. No one really made a play on him. He kind of just fell.
Yep.
And Adam Shireman with the sack.
Well, they're going to give Adam Shireman the sack, the ghost sack. Got to credit to somebody, I guess.
Fair enough.
And now they're set to kick it away as punter standing with his heels on the end line. Kessler's going to field it at about the 33, makes a man miss. There's a flag and another flag. And Kessler's going to bring it back to the house, but all for naught as it's coming back.
There are flags on the play.
Bunch of laundry on the field. Looks like my bedroom floor.
Penalty flags everywhere?
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to have on your bedroom floor.
Jenny's a disciplinarian.
I don't judge.
Yep.
Yeah, I think maybe Alex is a little frustrated. Hasn't had his big run or touchdown tonight. And gets one called back
He's
there.
had several good runs and good returns, and they have all gotten called back due to penalties. And this is going to move the Trojans back to near midfield at the 44-yard line, back where Kester about originally caught the kick. So Trojan will have it 1st and 10 from the 44, 10:20 to play, third quarter.
Call it a fair catch. That way nothing happens.
It's a 6-point penalty. Kester will get it right up the gut, and he'll pick up about 3 yards on the carry up to the 41.
Kester with carry and a 3.
One of us needs to keep track of penalty yards. We'd be wearing out our pen.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that much ink left.
Bulldogs.
Certainly not what you want going into playoffs. We were talking about that in half. Kind of want to limit these turnovers going into these last few games.
Yeah, turnovers, penalties, and injuries are things you really want to avoid at this point of the season. The Trojans have had 2 of those here tonight. And there's a pitch to Davidson, and he's gone across the 20-10 touchdown Trojans, and there they go around the edge again, and they burn Anderson County. Trojans lead at 32-0.
Ethan Davidson with the touchdown.
Belong to attempt the point after. And it's up and good. Trojans lead at 33-0. on a big play by Ethan Davidson, 41-yard touchdown run. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Well, Trojans take advantage of that edge defense again with Ethan Davidson going 41 yards for the touchdown. Jess, the drive summary.
Yeah, they took 44 yards, 2 plays, took 1 minute off the clock. Humboldt nails the extra point for a 33-0 Trojan lead.
Kick fielded at the 5, out across the 25, tripped up, and finally brought down at about the 32-yard line as Adam Shireman kind of knocked knees with the ball carrier, and he comes up gingerly, but not to head off the field, just to head to the defensive huddle. Nothing's wrong. Fine.
I'm good.
Nobody look at me.
Adam's one of those tough kids who eats bowls of nails for breakfast, so I think he'll be fine. A little knee injury never hurt anyone. Besides the ones that it hurt.
I'm going to have to differ with you there. Pistol formation here for Kessler. Handoff in the backfield is just gobbled up, and that's Kotzman again. I mean, you got about a half a second before he's 4 yards deep in the backfield, and that's a loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 12.
So far in this half, Anderson County's offense has gained a negative 10 yards.
Well, it's not very good. Good for the defense.
Not going to win many games.
No.
Trey Clark, I have him at 4 carries for negative 4 yards, but it's probably worse than that. Maybe giving him a few yards and not as many carries. That time, Kotzman submarined, but nowhere to go for Clark. It's going to be no gain on the play. They really went at Kotzman's legs that time, but it took 3 of them.
Right, so what that did is opened up Shireman to hit the ball carrier, and Pike comes in high and finishes him off.
Just like what I said earlier, if you're going to block him, it's going to take 2 or 3 guys to do it, and that just frees up everyone else.
Yep.
Because then you're playing 3 down unless the quarterback runs it. Man.
Bunch formation to the far side this time for Anderson County. Custer back to pass, floats one up. Nobody home, throws it to empty area of the field. I don't know if he meant to throw that away or it was just miscommunication, but there was an area code of empty field out there.
Trying to get Jake Towner his first reception of the year.
And Trojan backfield's playing man. If they'd been playing zone, they probably would have been picked off. So Anderson County set to punt this one away again. Custer back to receive. High shanked punt. It's going to go out of bounds near midfield. They're going to mark it out at the Trojan 47. And there's a flag way back by where Kester was. And a frustrated Jake Towner's coming off the field. And the Trojans are going to back up. So this punt return unit definitely has some stuff to work on. Because I don't think they've had a single punt return without a penalty tonight.
Yeah, that was like an unreturnable.
Yeah, it was going out of bounds.
Right.
I don't even understand why you commit a penalty on that play when I guess you lose sight of the ball, don't know where it's going to come down, but eesh.
And they probably have some backups in on the punt team, not wanting to get anyone hurt, a little bit beaten up already, so inexperience, I guess.
And just watch it down here at the sideline. There's a couple Trojans talking with Towner, and they're discussing what you can and can't do.
There's a quick pitch to the outside. Ethan Davidson again, and he is off to the races. Foot race, makes a man miss at the 40, 30. They got the angle on him and forced him out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Ethan Davidson.
But a 51-yard run that time by Ethan Davidson.
53-yard run.
They're going to credit him with 52. So Davidson up over the 100-yard mark tonight, carrying the football. And it's been basically the same play every time. I told you Anderson County was weak on the edge, and
you were right.
I'm not right very often.
Yep.
I'm like a broken watch, but right about that. Christian Taylor lowers the boom, and he's going to push ahead for a gain of about 8 yards, 7 yards. Call it 7.
Gain of 7.
It's good to see Ethan Davidson back and running like that.
Well, he's got a lot of room to run tonight.
Yeah.
Brought down by Aiden Steele.
He's just one of those pure athletes that has speed, hands, all the tools to be a great football player.
Davidson gets it again, and a man there to meet him in the backfield. I don't think they maybe gained a yard or two on the play. They're going to be about a yard shy of the first down at the 10. They need the 9.
Dallas Keyser.
Call it a gain of 2.
Ball spotted at the 10-yard line, just short of the first down. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Trojans show motion. Now Davidson will go back to his spot on the wing. One wide receiver is Scales. Handoff goes to Christian Taylor straight ahead, and he's right at the goal line before being stopped and brought down.
Christian Taylor.
I mean, right at the line. And Trojans will have it 1st and goal from about a foot shy of the line.
Man, you could have drove a semi-truck through that hole. No one was going to touch Christian until he got to that end zone. And of course, they don't end up giving it to him, but still, great job by the offensive line.
It might have been more if he kind of tripped up over his own feet and fell there than he was really.
And if you ever stand beside Christian Taylor, he's as big as a semi. There you go.
Yeah, there he goes. Taylor's in for the touchdown. Trojans lead it 39-0.
With the touchdown.
Humble's kick is low but good. And the Trojans lead it 40-0. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans lead it 40-0 over Anderson County. Jess, how about a drive summary?
Yeah, Trojans ball control. It took them 2 minutes that time to run 5 plays.
Just grinding on that clock, man. This one fielded back at the 5, tries to reverse field, throws a couple stiff arms, going to be driven out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. They might give him forward progress up to the 15. We'll wait and see. Nope, they're going to mark him out at 13, and that's where Anderson County will have it, 1st and 10.
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
That's not the 19, that's the 14, bud.
That is the 14.
Yeah.
That's what I get for listening and not looking.
About a 2-yard run there.
We've got a score update from Mr. Bass on that Frontenac game, 21-14, heading into the 4th quarter. So Frontenac leading at not their hometown, at Parsons. That's a big game, coming down to the wire.
And Columbus is taking the lead, 26-18 over Baxter.
Dang it!
Sorry, Darryl.
Another fallen soldier.
To crush your dreams like that. Quick pitch outside, ball's on the turf, and I think Anderson County able to fall on it. Almost a dangerous play there as they put the ball on the ground in the shadow of their own end zone, and it'll set up a 3rd down and long at about the 14-yard line. Or I'm sorry, at about the 9. It gets hard to tell down at the ends. Call it a 3rd and about 15. Two wide receivers to the near side. Cusser with the snap, looking over the middle. And that ball's tipped. Great play that time by Joel Jubber. Got his hand up there and knocked that one away. And it'll bring up 4th down and long, a punting situation, and Anderson County again punting from the back of their own end zone.
Pass is defended by number 81, Joel Jubber. Brings up 4th down.
Garrison Martin, senior tight end, set to kick it away. Kester stands at the Anderson County 37. Low snap, they'll get it away, low end over end kick. It's going to angle out of bounds. Kester catches it and advances it about 3 yards. Man, he's gung-ho. He could just let that one go, you know, like no need to field that, but
he wants his touchdown.
Yeah, he wants it. So
Kester with the return.
Can't hurt that touchdown.
About a 40-yard punt and a 3-yard return that time. Sets Trojans up 1st and 10 at the Anderson County 33. 3:52 to play. 3rd quarter. Trojans lead at 40-0. And we are not going with the running clock. So we'll be here all night, guys.
Yeah. Anderson County also has 3 timeouts to burn, so.
And last year, if you recall, Jess, Trojans well ahead at the end of the game, and Anderson County took all 3 of their timeouts. Shireman that time, big run, call it about 8 yards on the play. We'll see where they mark him finally down. They're going to give forward progress to the 23, and that'll be a 1st down for the Trojans. Call it 10 yards for Shireman.
Also, it looks like besides Ryan Jarbo, the entire reserve offensive line has come into the game, so.
Didn't seem to matter too much there, and you got to imagine some of these kids for Anderson County pretty gassed at this point in the game.
Yeah.
They're going both ways. We've seen this with Trojan opponents this season. They play real tough first half, but second half the cracks start to show. Shireman ahead again that time. Fumbles it, but able to get on top of it. He recovered his own fumble to set up a second down at about 7 for the Trojans.
An interesting strategy to gain yards.
The bounce pass to yourself.
Exactly, yeah. Also, Jake Towner in the game. Get these young guys some reps.
Yeah, and get your starters off the field.
And healthy. Not too many scares tonight, luckily.
They still got to show off the moves at the homecoming dance. So
that's true. That's true. Don't want to sprain an ankle.
That's right. And there's just a flag.
Oh. Timeout before the flag. Timeout.
Nope. Trojans call the timeout. We'll take one as well. Trojans lead at 40-0. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Coming out of the timeout, Trojans looking at a second down at 7. Got some backups in the game. Towner at quarterback, high snap, bobbles it, just tries to fight forward. Kotzman tries to push him, and they finally blow the whistle on that one.
Towner carries the ball.
Picks up a couple yards the hard way, does Towner.
Good job to keep his composure there. The play was blown up with a bad snap.
I don't know if it's bad. I think when you're used to snapping to Luke Nigaman, sometimes it gets out of hand. Whenever you have that height change.
Now is that, do they have the starting center in still?
Yes, they do, I believe.
Third down and about mid-range for the Trojans. Handoff goes to Shireman, fights through a few tackles, and he's right at, he's past the sticks. He got the first down. So Adam Shireman earned that one for the Trojans.
Brought down by number 18, Aiden Steele.
Call it a gain of about 8 on the play.
I believe Jarbo's now off the field, starting center. I think Benzo just went in for him.
Towner, 6 foot, 154-pound junior. Quick pitch outside. Trojans have a lane, and again, the outside of that defense is suspect as Levi Blair punches that one in for the touchdown. 5'9", 160-pound sophomore gets his first touchdown of the season, maybe even his first carry of the season. And the Trojans lead at 46-0 pending the extra point. Are they going to? Oh, there's a flag on the play. Never mind.
Well, never mind. Sorry, Levi.
That really hard on my stat sheet.
Yeah, it really is. It's hard on my brain. We're going to back them up all the way to about the 19-yard line. So call it second down and or first down and 20 now for the Trojans. Take those points off the board. It's another penalty that cost the Trojans a touchdown.
Good run by Levi, sophomore, getting some varsity playing time.
And again, I would go to the edge every time on these guys. There's another one up the middle. Shireman makes a man miss. 10-5 touchdown, Adam Shireman. Wait for the flags. Are they out there?
I think they.
It was a flag-free play, and the Trojans lead at 46-0.
Adam Shireman.
19-yard touchdown run by Shireman.
mean, what else is there to say about that play? Good read, good handoff, good blocking, good touchdown.
Good stiff arm.
Good stiff arm, yeah. Good running by Adam Shireman after his player of the game week.
I'm an old school guy, and I played rugby. I love a good stiff arm. When somebody stiff arms somebody, it makes my soul happy.
Played rugby?
Kick is up and good. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Trojans lead at 47-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Well, they got the running clock going now at Frank Jameson Field. I think the third quarter is going to end before they get the kickoff, and it does. So that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trojans leading it 47-0, and we'll head towards the fourth quarter, which will be a much faster affair with the running clock on the other side of the break. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Well, just went straight to the kickoff here in the fourth quarter and didn't take the usual 1 minute break. And there's a touchback after Humble's kick. So Anderson County will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 12 minutes to play here, fourth quarter, and the clock won't start until the snap, and then it won't stop until the final gun. Trojan backups came in and marched it down the field, got a touchdown. And after this play here, short gain of about 2 yards. Jeff, just the drive summary.
Yeah, I've got the Trojans going 33 yards in 5 plays, took 3 minutes off the clock, and it was a 19-yard touchdown run by Adam Showerman to give the Trojans a 47-0 lead.
Now a 2nd down and 7 here for Anderson County. Trojans got a lot of reserves in on defense as well. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up the pressure that they've had for the first 3 quarters of this game. Hard count gets the jump. That's going to set up a 3rd down and short.
That was Aaron DeBrava, a little quick on the gun.
He leaned forward and just kind of stopped, like, anybody see me? Like a deer in the headlights. If I just stop.
Kind of slowly moved back, too.
No, yeah. So a 2nd down and short now for Anderson County, and they get the handoff straight ahead. And the emphatic tackle made finally on the outside there by Scott Moore. Plays some tight end for the Trojans, but right now in there is a strong safety or linebacker. We'll see where he lines up.
That outside position.
Yeah, he's a
spur.
Yeah.
Hybrid. I don't know what they call him anymore, but
yeah.
He's number 40. If you could see him, he's on your screen. Yeah, he's out there.
He's as a linebacker now.
Oh.
Flags everywhere. At least the clock doesn't stop
That's
for
what I
him
was
now.
gonna say. Tick, 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 tick.
Earlier, he kept having all the flags, the clock stopped. That's frustrating.
But Tyler Browning for Anderson County, freshman lineman. A little quick off the ball for a false start.
If there is a high side for this Anderson County team, it's that they do have a lot of freshmen playing. A lot of young kids already getting their experience.
Too wide to the far side this time. Snap goes back to Cusser. He'll pitch it off, and they'll pick up the penalty yards. And that was Cameron Wilson, sophomore running back. And some of the more experienced players for Anderson County over there on the sidelines right now, and they may not see much more action tonight. Trying to work some younger guys into the game. Too wide this time. Cusser's still in the pistol. And now he's going to run option. Pitches it forward. And that's just not a good looking option. It's like nobody was really sure they wanted to do it. And then once they started it, the defense was right there. And call it maybe a loss of 1 on the play. Set up a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that's the backup running back, Cameron Wilson, just a sophomore out there.
You got to think that at some point in time they're going to try and put one over the top and test out these reserve defensive backs the Trojans have out here on the field right now and push the ball down the field. I mean, what the hell? Why not, right?
Right.
Might as well. Got nothing else to lose.
Cusser back to pass this time. There it is over the middle, and the wide receiver is open. Catch is made by number 8. That's Zach Schaefer, sophomore tight end, but he was lined up as a wideout.
Well.
Oh, was that Maston Wright? I thought it was 8. It was number 6. So that's Maston Wright. He is a wide receiver, junior.
Well, you're just predicting the future over here. Called that play perfectly. Pass.
Yeah. Well, 3rd down and 12. I mean, I don't understand why they're not doing something like that on every play.
I was trying to give you some credit.
Force somebody to cover somebody. Nice run that time. That's A.J. Schaefer, junior. I have him listed as a quarterback. Lined up as a tailback there.
I think it was Aaron Dubrava who ended up cleaning that up, tackling from behind.
Sets up a 2nd down and about 2 from the 40. Clock runs under 7 minutes now. We're all just kind of marking time. Winding down towards the homecoming dance. Handoff straight ahead. And Trojans there, but not before. Anderson County able to pick up the 1st down. Cameron Wilson again, the sophomore running back with the carry. Picks up the 1st down.
You know, you got the homecoming dance and the fall festival tomorrow, so plenty of exciting activities.
Right on.
Yeah. Couple of fundraisers too. FBLA doing the Can for Cookie exchange around the gazebo, also selling tickets for a Bel Air 1955 Chevy Bel Air.
What? 2-door or 4-door?
I believe it's just 2.
Well, 2 doors are the ones that are worth the money.
Just $20 a ticket. If you see anyone in an FBLA shirt, go buy from them.
Hey.
Promoting my club here, so.
My first car was a 4-door 55 Chevy.
Hey.
Awesome car, not so awesome owner, I would say. Sets up a 2nd down and 8 at the Trojan 34-yard line. Under 5.5 now to play, 4th quarter. Trojan defense. A lot of reserves in the game, trying to come up with a stop here against Anderson County. Got 2 wide off to the far side. They're going to pitch it. And The pursuit not quite there this time for the Trojans, and they're able to drag him down from behind. And there's a flag, and it looks like in the neighborhood of a hold.
Right, that's why the pursuit wasn't theirs, because they couldn't get to him. They was all being held.
Yeah.
Well, Jess, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. They say you could call holding on every play, and tonight's officials are definitely putting that one to the test.
Certainly trying.
Yeah. Proving that one.
I think they've realized that the more flags they call, the more time ticks off the clock, and the less they have to do.
Well, Trojans trying to preserve the shutout, so they'll take that penalty. Sets up a 2nd down and long from the 37-yard line. 2 wide to the near side. Snap goes to Kessler, handoff in the backfield, and Trojans snip this one out for a loss. That's A.J. Schaefer on the run, DeBrava on the tackle. And it sets up a 3rd down and long, so a big play that time by DeBrava. Pursuit got there that time, Jess.
Yeah. I got to get my other contacts in here, but number 29, Bryce Reese from a linebacker, sophomore, shot in there and had first contact, and DeBrava was able to clean it up.
It's fun seeing Bryce out there. I like that kid.
Well,
he's a good man.
Pass over the middle, caught again. And that's Maston Wright once again, the junior wideout. And if I'm Anderson County, I would do that on every play. Especially against this backup unit, because they're not getting the pressure on the passer. He's got time to stand back there and throw it, finally.
And he throws a pretty good ball.
Yeah. You might just let him throw it.
Yeah,
you know?
he's been accurate.
Rather than all the weird crossbuck action you're doing in the backfield, just like this.
Or just a simple pitch.
Yeah.
Good hit.
Yeah.
35.
Trojans
Mason
running
Gilmore.
a tackling drill out here, but if you're Anderson County's coaches, I don't get it.
Yeah, Mason Gilmore with a nice hit.
You want to call it hit of the game?
we tick it down to 2.5 minutes left to play. We're going to have to get it in here at some point. So.
That's true. Whoever makes a tackle.
I think we've already seen the hit of the game. We just didn't know it was the hit of the game at the time. It's hindsight, guys. Oh, decent run that time. Got out of trouble. Did A.J. Schaefer. Anderson County brought the backup quarterback in, but they put him in the tailback slot.
Interesting enough. Do it. Maybe they'll run a little toss play and have a throw or something like they did that flea flicker at the start of the game.
Whew.
They like to run some
that
trickery.
worked out well.
They like to run some trickery. Man, it's worth a shot.
They're doing good, just dropping back and passing.
Where's the fun in that?
Here's that 2 wide formation again. They hand it off once again. And they're trying to just muscle the Trojans into the end zone, but may run out of time trying to do it as we're under 1.5 minutes now to play in the 4th and counting.
And this drive started at the start of the 4th quarter.
If you're Coach Philpott, maybe you just throw Kotzman in the middle of that defensive line.
Throw him off.
Yeah.
Quit.
Just this one guy. Another handoff. Nope. They're going to cut it back against the grain and score. And the Trojans can't hold them out. Anderson County breaks the shutout. Trojans lead at 47-6, pending the extra point. And once they get this extra point in, that's probably going to be it as we're down around 30 seconds left to play. Especially if they keep running personnel on the field.
Might be more of an if they get the extra point off.
Yeah, like clock's ticking, boys. So Cameron Wilson on to attempt his first extra point of the night. And it looks good. And it is. Trojans lead at 47-7, and that's going to be the end of the game. Girard improves to 7-0 on the season. Anderson County falls to 2-5. Trojans safely in first place in Kansas Class 3A District 2, and we're kind of waiting with bated breath to see how that Frontenac Parsons game comes out, and maybe even that Baxter Columbus game over there in District 1. I know Daryl's waiting.
I want them to win, man.
Baxter's their sentimental favorite this year. The Trojans, though, win this one going away 47-7, and it's a shame they gave up that touchdown there at the end in junk time, but kind of did the same thing against Prairie View a few weeks ago. But a good effort all around tonight by the Trojans. We'll talk about it a little bit more as we get into the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. Coming up on the other side of the break, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans come out on top of the Anderson County Bulldogs, 47-7. We want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. So a good effort tonight from Girard. Kind of a herky-jerky first half, but a pretty solid second half by the Trojans, and then able to get a lot of younger guys into the game in the fourth quarter. We saw some big plays from Luke Nigaman and Ethan Davidson, and defensive dominance by the Trojans. A good game tonight by Anthony Pike. Alex Kester comes away with an interception. Didn't probably have the night running the ball that he would have wanted to have, but a good night defensively for Alex, and that interception earlier on kind of set the tone for the game, Daryl, and the Trojans got to be pretty happy with the outcome here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you never want that first half that they had, but they still ended up 26-0 ahead going into half, even after the half that they had. A lot of penalties, a couple turnovers. It's not what you want to see going into these last few weeks, but I think they'll be able to get straightened out going into these tougher competition weeks because obviously state is not going to be as easy as these district games.
Yeah, we were taking a look at my prognostication for the playoff bracket earlier in the broadcast, but some of that could be kind of in flux tonight as Parsons and Frontenac in a dogfight over there in Parsons, and Columbus and Baxter in a bit of a dogfight tonight, and then also Iola and Prairie View playing tonight, so that could affect some district seating there at the bottom half of our district as well. So a lot of that's still up in the air, and we'll keep an eye on that for you, and we'll talk about it a little bit more next week as the Trojans welcome in the Burlington Wildcats, who were, I believe, victorious tonight. I was looking on the scores. I'll have to check that one again as we move later on here in our post-game show. And Jess, you're back in. Yeah, put on the headset, but you're still working here. You're on the clock, man. Yeah. You don't get to take the whole night off.
Just half.
Yeah, you're just lucky we let you use the bathroom. That's all. Yeah. So the Trojans come out here with the 47-7 win. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, maybe Coach Philpott will make his way up here to the booth as we break down a little bit more of tonight's action. Look forward to next week. You're watching the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumbach and Brumbach Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumbach's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumbach's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumbach Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumbach Service Center.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. We're joined right now by head coach Neil Philpott. And Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. It was pretty much a homecoming game. And there were times in the first half where you guys looked super sharp, and then times in the first half where it looked a little discombobulated. And what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
They started rolling their safeties a little bit and getting a man advantage on some things. And but I thought at times, like you said, I think we were pretty efficient on how we blocked things and handled the reads, and then there were times that it was sloppy because we were holding or we had a penalty here, and I'd like to get a punt return one of these days that we don't hold on it. and that's part of it is hustle and kids wanting not to miss a block, but they got to know when's when, and sometimes missing a block is better than taking 15 yards or 10 yards or whatever. But I think at times we're efficient, like you said, and then at times we're our own worst enemy. So, but it's good that I think we came out, we played hard, we played physical. There's a lot of distractions around homecoming and all the other stuff with it, and I think our kids were pretty focused in on what we needed to do tonight, and did a good job.
Well, I looking at Anderson County on film this week, I noticed that they were kind of weak on the edges of their defense, and certainly something you guys were able to take advantage of, and it was really good to see Ethan Davidson get back in and get back into rhythm against this squad, and he was able to find a lot of room out there on the edge.
Yeah, he's got another year, and I was kind of surprised he got caught on this last one, but he's we had Levi Blair in there on that particular play, and he did a really nice job coming in and filling in for Bo a little bit and spelling him, and we had some kids playing some different positions with some of our injuries right now, and trying to get kids healthy, and it's been a wild week. We've got kids sick and things going through school, and I thought our kids did a nice job, and I thought Ethan specifically, he played pretty well tonight. So, I think a lot of our kids did, and our defense, again, hats off to them. That's 3 or 4 weeks now that they've played particularly well.
And you got Burlington coming up, and they run kind of a funky offense and give some teams some trouble year in and year out. What do you expect now of the Wildcats?
Well, I've actually seen some film of them, and it was just because of our district games, but they're, as of right now, they're not running that same offense. So
really?
Unless they overhaul it in the next week, that they're more of a traditional 4-wide spread. They're throwing a little bit, running some zone read stuff, and they've got some speed. I know going through the track season last year, they've got some speed on the track, so I think some of it's on the field now too, and they'll cause some problems matchup wise, like I said, with that speed. And they've got a couple big kids up inside, so we'll have to prepare well. Put ourselves in a good position to try to go be 1-0 next week as well, and you can't take them lightly. And I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm glad they're not in the single wing, but at the same time, that they still cause some matchup problems, and we've got to prepare ourselves to go in here and execute and play well.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for coming in and talking to us tonight, and congratulations on the win, and best of luck next week. And
thank you.
We'll see you then.
All right. Thank you.
All right, that's head coach Neil Philpott. The post-game coach interviews brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Daryl, you're looking like you got some scores.
Yeah, the score we've all been waiting for.
Whoop.
Baxter is tied to Columbus, 26-26.
Oh man, it's a
late in the
dog
fourth.
fight down there in Cherokee County, getting them back for stealing the records.
Exactly.
Yeah, Well,
I don't have an update on Frontenac yet, though, which is probably the score people actually want to hear.
We're actually wanting to know, but we'll see if we get any more of that as we move forward here in the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show, and. I guess we'll take our final break, come back, talk player of the game, talk a little bit about next week as we move closer to getting out of here. Trojans win it tonight, 47-7 over Anderson County, remain in first place in Kansas Class 3A District 2. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations.
Welcome out here one last time to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans defeat Anderson County 47-7. Remain undefeated on the season. They move to 7-0. Next week, Trojans will host Burlington. Next week, Anderson County will host Prairie View.
That was interesting what Coach was talking about. Burlington's got to change their offense.
Yeah, to me, philosophically, Jess, since this is the last break here, I don't understand why so many teams want to run that spread offense when you don't necessarily have the personnel to run a spread offense.
Yeah, I agree. I have not personally seen any film on Burlington, so maybe
they do.
Right, maybe
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, but so many schools that run it, you're not Texas Tech. You don't have the kids to run this spread offense, and then it's just hard to watch. Like, the games take forever. You throw 15 incomplete passes, and bring back the wishbone. That's what I say.
To a point.
I like the double wing. I like the single wing. I like teams that run. I mean, sure, you pass it to mix it up, but chances are you're gonna gain a lot more yards in high school football running the split back veer or the I formation or some classic formation that kind of centers on the run than you will spreading it out and throwing it 50 times a game.
Right. If you build your passing game off the run instead of trying to build your running game off the pass.
Yeah. It's just, anyway, that's my philosophical rundown tonight on high school football. But it's good news for us, I think so. For Burlington to be running 4 wide and probably throwing the ball a lot more than it was when they ran that single wing, because it really gave people fits for years. And, teams like Holton that line up in that double tight wishbone
Here it comes.
Nothing fancy, here it comes, but we saw how well it works last year. And granted, everything in that game lended itself to a team that ran the wishbone, but yeah, anyway. So the Trojans undefeated, and they're going to host Burlington next week and likely to host Columbus in the first round of the playoffs as we looked, but Columbus in a dogfight tonight with Baxter Springs, Frontenac in a dogfight with Parsons, and that district itself will shake itself out over the next couple weeks because Frontenac plays Parsons this week and then Galena next week, so we'll have a lot better idea of the playoff picture here next Friday, and we'll break it all down for you again here on Girard Sports Live. But for Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter. Thanks for watching, and don't miss us next time right here on Girard Sports Live.